Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Rob Fury here. Today we're going to be taking a dive into one of my favourite characters at the moment on Rogue. I'm going to be focusing mainly on Scorch. The main reason for this is I believe she's one of the best rogues, if not the best. However, that's not to say that she is the number one. It all comes down to your playstyle with Rogue, and that's the great thing about this game. With Scorch, unfortunately, she's not one of the free rogues that you get with the base game. If you are looking to purchase her, then you can either go down the route of buying the rogue bucks, which will set you back 600. Alternatively, you do gain what's called reputation through playing games. In doing so, that's going to set you back 15k reputation, which shouldn't take you too many games. Another option is to purchase the Rogue Zero bundle. This can be found in the store and will set you back £20 if you are in the UK. For me, I'm a very aggressive person in terms of pushing forward, wanting to go and get the kills. I'm not someone that likes to sit back, so that's why I feel like for me Scorch is my favourite character, and as you can see she's the highest leveled up character I've got. Looking at breaking her down, and then I've got a bunch of clips that I'm going to be playing in the background. We'll be talking through some plays and basically looking at the best way you can use her. Right, to start with, let's take a look at her loadout. So when playing Rogue, you're going to have two options straight off the bat. You want to be looking at what gun is going to be best for you. With the SLC, you've got a SMG that's rated second highest fire rate and second highest for reload rate. That gives you a great gun to use when pushing forward and looking to really take on enemies. Partner this with her ability and it's just mayhem. If you look at the Arbitrator, for example, it's a double-barreled shotgun. It's got two shots, two to the body or one to the head. So you have to be accurate, and if you're missing that, then or you're taking on more than one enemy, you're just not really going to get far with it. With Scorch as well, you're getting a base pistol, which is the highest damaged pistol if you're hitting all shots, best handling and largest ammo capacity. So unlike most rogues, Scorch has her weapon, which is her arm. So you're not going to be purchasing this separately, and you're not going to be throwing it across the map like if you've got a tomahawk or a samurai sword. When it comes to gadgets, you're going to be given two options here. You've got the incendiary grenade and you've got the EMP grenade. Now my personal favourite is using the incendiary grenade. I feel like this is the better option in terms of holding defensively a position. So when you're capturing a certain area and you want to prevent someone from coming down an alleyway or around a corner, using the incendiary grenade really just kind of protects that area and offers you that kind of protection. Or if they do decide to push, you've already got an advantage on them because they've already taken damage. For me, the EMP grenade is something that I stay clear of. It's down to personal preference at the end of the day, but I don't feel as though it has an advantage over using the incendiary grenade. However, if you do decide to go down that route, you've got a gadget that basically allows you to prevent targets from using their abilities, gadgets and radar for a duration. So it can be beneficial when you are pushing to use this as well. So if we take a look over here on the right side of the screen, we're going to go through the ability and passive effect of Scorch. So starting off with her ability, you've got her overheat ability, which basically allows you to push forward to enemies, activate this, and you're going to set them on fire. Whether you're shooting them or melee hits, it's all going to set them on fire, dealing extra damage per second and really allowing you to kind of amp up the pressure on the enemy. Getting this ability, you should not be losing gunfights. It's simply, you should out DPS any enemy. And pairing this with her perk, which allows you to replenish upon downing an enemy, it really just ramps up the kind of ability and makes you godly in my eyes. I mean, you're going to see later on some clips that I've put together of how to best utilize this ability with replenish and a few other perks. Moving on to passive, you've got fireproof, which basically makes you immune from fire. This isn't the best passive in the game by a country mile, though it does have its additional benefits if you are coming up against one of the three other rogues that do have incendiary grenades, though like I say, it's not the best. Right now, let's jump into some gameplay and discuss the best way to use Scorch in game. For me, the best game modes are Strikeout and Wingman, which is a limited game mode. This is down to the fact that you get a certain amount of revives within a certain round. For me, the playstyle is aggressive 100%. There's no other way really that you can utilize Scorch with the abilities that she has. The weapon choice, I'd always go for the SMG. And if you are going for a gadget, then my choice would be the incendiary grenades. Lastly, we've got the perk prioritization, so you might want to pause this here if you want to look at that, but I will go further into this in just a moment. So right here is a gameplay starting off in Strikeout, and this is always my preference is going for the SMG off the bat and also the Berserker perk, which offers you the ability to reload while sprinting. Now for round 2, my preference would always be to go for replenish and then use your remaining cash on either a gadget if you've not got the 5k, or alternatively go and get your first upgrade on the SMG. This will be your focus going forward, is to max out the SMG, so you want to get this to level 3, and this will just give you the extra ability of being able to have more ammo and basically use the weapon more efficiently. The replenish perk is my #1 prioritized perk. This basically gives you the ability to down an enemy and reload your currently equipped weapon whilst also restoring the ammunition, which is perfect for when you're rushing into enemies and taking on situations like this where you're 2-3 of them. You're getting those instant replenishes without having to reload, and it just really helps. Pair that with the fact that you've got her ability with the overheat, you're going to wipe out teams of 2, 3, even 4 people like it's a breeze, which is perfect. I mean, especially when you're rushing in with Scorch, you're going to be looking to get behind the enemy, flank behind them, and try and basically catch them off guard. And the best way obviously is to always be looking for those angles and then popping your ability just as you're getting close and just laying them out. So as you can see as well from a lot of these clips, I'm always trying to find that way to get behind them. They're focused on the enemy flanking forward, and I'm there running up behind them and just coming in hot. Like you'll see it time and time again with these clips throughout my gameplays. That it just suits her style and it suits my style, and if you want to get the most out of using Scorch, this is definitely what you want to be doing. So I'm just going to go over as well the other perks I mentioned in the beginning with the prioritization. So just to give you a bit of an idea of what I'm looking for. So after I've gone for the replenish, let's take it back actually. So the first one, you're going to have 4k after you've bought the SMG. So for me, I prioritised using that on the perk, which was Berserker, so that would gain the ability to reload while sprinting. And I just think this helps again with the kind of pushing and aggressive mentality. Though you can go for Evade, I'm torn between the both, but I tend to go for Berserker over Evade. Evade does give you the increased movement speed for a short duration after being shot. So I mean, again, this does help with being kind of aggressive game style. After this though, once you've leveled up your SMG to max, then you're going to want to look at Nimble Hands. So again, increasing weapon swap and reload speed, which is perfect for if you're laying out teams and you want that extra oomph and extra kind of quickness, then you're going to get that from Nimble Hands. After this, really, it's up to preference. I mean, if you're getting to 4th, 5th round, then you're going to be looking at probably Headstrong for the additional 25 armor. Helps get that extra kind of edge if you are taking on more than 1 or 2 enemies. And then you've got Tenacity, which is take reduced damage from explosives. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. It's literally I'll max out incendiaries and I'll have every other perk before I bother with Tenacity, but I mean, it's good if you're coming up against, say, a Deema, is when I'd probably say you can get a kind of edge from doing that. Right, anyway, that's enough of me talking. Enjoy the rest of the clips, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and also come and check me out on Facebook Gaming. So that's fb.gg__. Also, come check me out on Facebook Gaming. That's Rob Fury Gaming. I'll link in the description, and it's also on the screen now for you guys. Thanks for watching.